words. They don't just communicate thoughts. They reveal the hidden things in our hearts. They don't just communicate ideas. They create worlds. The mouth and the words we say are a creative force that is not only used all the time, but everywhere we go. Our words are the very essence of how the Creator made us. Join us as we discover the essence of man and the power of speech. Hey, and welcome to day 7 of the essence of man and the power of speech. Now, for the next couple of days, we're going to look at how the mouth can make things holy or unholy. And I'm not talking about just in verbiage. I'm talking about actual things. We're going to look at it biblically. And this is a principle that God has ordained from the moment He created man. And so what we're going to do is we're going to look at how this happens, okay? Because words can create or affect miracles. Just like words encourage and can bring hope to people. If somebody's having a real bad day, just hearing, I love you. I try and make it a point. I'm not trying to let the left hand know what the right hand's doing, but when I'm even in the grocery store, I try and, or a store, try and let people know, hey, I appreciate your work. I mean, we went through a serious thing with some of this COVID stuff, and we found out who essential people were. And so just saying something nice to somebody, it was an amazing the effect that when you would say, man, I appreciate your hard work, ma'am, I really appreciate you wiping down those buggies or whatever. It was amazing to watch the effect on people, because they were having to fight through everything just like everybody else was. But it was amazing to watch the effect. They would smile and they would say, well, thank you. It changed something. And this is my point. So words have effect, and they can create worlds of many different kinds. But the effect it can have on ordinary things is amazing. And let me give you an example. When Jesus was concerned about all these people needing food, he would preach to the masses. There's about 5,000. Some say there was more than 5,000 there if you count their kids and spouses. He asked the disciples, where are we going to get the food? And they said, well, we don't have enough money to take care of this. Then somebody notices some fish and a couple of fish and some bread that this young boy had in a basket. But he takes that, but then he does something. With his mouth, he blessed it. As a result of blessing it, he was able to feed the 5,000 and still even give more to the boy with the basket that offered up the two fish and 5 loaves. He was able to give 12 baskets full back to the young lad. Now, here's the thing. Some of us are trying to cause blessing to happen with our prayer, but the problem is our mouths are dirty. Not because we ain't brushed them or used mouthwash, but they're dirty because of the fact of the evil speech. The blessing of the tongue is only as good as the cleanliness of the mouth. You can't gossip about people and then turn around and try and bless. We'll get into this some more because James talks about this, but notice what happens. Can I submit something to you? The reason why we don't see more miracles is because we're fork-tongued. Got a forked tongue. I love watching cowboy movies, and I'm a big I'm a big John Wayne fan. Of course, I like some of the older guys, and you know, you always see the Indian man speak with forked tongue. What does he mean? He says one thing but does another. If we want true character in Christians, then we got to stop being forked or have a forked tongue. And the thing about it is, we would probably see more miracles, signs, and wonders, and more blessing on the natural things if we would have our mouth geared to speaking the proper things. You know, James says faith without works is dead. So you say you got all this faith and you're praying and nothing's happening. I wonder why that is. Maybe it's because you might have faith that God can do it, but your mouth is not in line with the faith of what God wants you to do. I know it sounds kind of harsh, but it's the truth. And so what I'm trying to tell you is that in order for there to be a natural blessing on something, if you want something to be blessed, it comes from your mouth. But there's got to be a purity in the mouth, and that stems from the heart. And so we bless our food. This is where a loaf of bread can multiply. You think about a covenant, a marriage covenant. I know the act of marriage consummates it, but it's what makes two become one. But the covenant is established through words. Okay? It is established through words. And so with words, the couple becomes a marriage, and through the act of marriage they become one. So there is covenant there because of words. This is the profound miracle effect of words and what they can do. They can cause things to multiply. They can cause a covenant to happen. And so, more importantly, words are the sole medium through which the Christian fulfills his purpose. I want you to think about this. Your job is to preach the gospel. You do that with your mouth. How do you give praise? With your mouth. How do you move mountains? With your mouth. If you say to this mountain, be thou removed, be thou cast, and see it shall be done. The principle here is that if you want something to happen in prayer, whatever mountain is in your life, it's got to happen with words. And on top of that, how do you bless others? With words. So your mouth is the sole medium, not your hands. There's only 2 times that you find in the New Testament where you're to lay hands on somebody: the sick, or to anoint somebody for service. Everything else was done with the mouth. Jesus multiplied the loaves and the fish, and many times he didn't even touch many people. He just said, be made whole. He raised the dead, come forth. When the storm came, peace be still. You look at when he cast out demons, come out. I mean, everything was done with the mouth. And this is a sole medium. How do you teach? Mouth. How do you declare? Mouth. How do you worship? Mouth. Everything is done with the mouth. This is the medium for which God has ordained us to operate in. So here's what I want you to see, is that the miracle that you might be wanting to happen that's not happening might be because of the fact we aren't controlling and guarding the mouth. You know, the greatest miracle is when you realize how blessed you are and you become thankful and you start thanking God for everything instead of complaining to God about everything. So I want you to keep this in mind. When you look at things today, am I causing it to multiply with the blessing of my mouth, or am I causing it to die and deteriorate because of the cursings coming from my mouth? These are the things we have to think about. This is part of putting a guard over our mouth. Didn't say it was easy, but it's reality. Your mouth has the ability to make things holy. Think about that. You have the ability with your mouth to make things holy or unholy. A marriage becomes holy through the mouth. What we do with the things that we have, that we give to God, we bless, it becomes holy unto the Lord. What are we making holy? What are we making unto the Lord? More scary thought. What are we taking away from it? What are we taking away from? What are we cursing? What are we robbing of a miracle? So today, I want you to be blessing and miracle conscious. I want you to be holy conscious, not on unholy conscious, with your mouth. Okay? Trust me, the benefits pay off. We'll see you next time.